It's Friday morning, the 18th of June, 2021. We're at the trailhead for Stewart Lake and Colchuck Lake. It's about 5:03 in the morning. We left our house in Wenatchee about 4 o'clock this morning. The trailhead's got, I don't know, 30 or more cars in it already.
I'll count them.
Ruby and I are just getting ready to head up to hike to Colchuck Lake. So just take a little video of the parking lot and then we'll begin our hike. Sun's starting to come up everywhere. It's predicted to be up in the 90s in Wenatchee today. My guess is it won't get that warm up here, but that's the way it is. Welcome to a new day. Bye. Oh, let's see. Looks like it's about 5:30 in the morning. We've been hiking away up towards Colchuck Lake. Oh, we've been hiking about half an hour. Starting to get a little bit lighter. You can hear the creek going by. We've been walking across lots of little tiny streams, and we can have a beautiful view up on the mountainsides where the sun is starting to come up over the peaks. But since we're up in the mountains, it takes a little while, and we're just continuing to work our way up toward Colchuck Lake. Been mostly going underneath trees where it's been pretty dark for the last half an hour. And Ruby can say hello to us. And we're going to continue on up. I'll show you who else is in the video here in just a second if I can get this camera turned around without messing it up too bad. Welcome to a new day. Over and out. Just kind of go around slowly. I'll try to turn the camera slow enough. Hopefully it doesn't make it so blurry that makes you too seasick watching this. But we'll continue on up and go on our hike. Oh, we're continuing to hike up the trail towards Colchuck Lake. It's about 5:45 in the morning. We've been going for about 45 minutes, mostly underneath trees, and it's been kind of dark. And just kind of coming into an open spot. You can see a bunch of rocks, and the sun is getting a little higher. So it's getting a little bit brighter, but still pretty dark underneath the trees. And it's starting to get really pretty out here. As we climb up, we got a creek we can hear in the background, and we can actually see it if I zoom in down here. See if I can zoom without making it too blurry for you guys, or I don't want to have it. The creek makes a lot of noise as it's going away. Coming downhill from the snowfields, no doubt. I'll take a little aim up on the hillside here, let you guys have an idea of what it's like to see where the sunshine is creeping over the tops of the mountains nearby. And then we'll head up the trail some more. The rest break is over for now. Alright, it's about 5 minutes to 6. We've been hiking a little bit under an hour. We're going to cross our first significant bridge. Very nicely made bridge on our way up toward Colchuck Lake. We've gone across a number of little tiny creeks already, but this is the first bridge of any consequence. A little under an hour into the hike. We've been hiking, I suppose, a steady pace, but stopping for quite a few videos. I'll see if I can go up on this bridge with the camera going. We'll see how successfully that works. It's a little bit more challenging to do this because we're climbing up on rocks, and there's a whole bunch of water on the other side of the bridge. And really a pretty sight here. visible above on the hillsides. The water melts from the snow and comes rushing down the creek. It's a little after 6 in the morning on the way up to Colchuck Lake. Just a lookout section along the trail. So I take a little video to be able to get an idea what it's like along in here. Okay, the time now is about 6:30 in the morning. I've been walking about a kind of a slow walk from the trailhead at Colchuck Stewart Lake Trailhead. This is a junction where sometimes we can get up here an hour. Depends on how fast you walk. We're just walking at kind of a slow pace, and it's like I said, it's about 6:30 right now. We've been walking for about an hour and a half, stopping for quite a few videos and pictures along the way. If you take the left, you can go toward Colchuck Lake, and here at this intersection, if you were to take a right, it would take you to Stewart Lake. Just take a little video in a circle here, and then pretty soon we'll head up toward Colchuck. Sun is getting a little bit higher. Still hasn't made it up very high over the hillsides yet, but then again, that's common in this area. And it's just a real nice morning. It's probably in the 60s temperature wise. My guess is it probably might get up to around 80 up in here at the peak temperature today. We'll find out as time goes by if that happens, and we'll enjoy continuing up the trail in just a couple minutes. Enjoy. Around 6:45 in the morning. What do I want? So I have to pay attention to that.
That'd be a good place to get some water.
Yeah, probably would be a nice place. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes after 7 in the morning. Continuing our hike up to Colchuck Lake. Starting to get up there. Some of the steeper stuff. We're continuing up the trail. A lot of rocky switchbacks, roots, fun stuff like that. So we're continuing on up the trail. And we've had, I think, a group of 3 guys pass us earlier, and then 2 or 3 other guys hiking with the first people. We had backpacks on, and the next 2 or 3 were day packs. And bye-bye. Sun's starting to come over the hillsides now. It's 7:50 in the morning. Beautiful day. I see some snow through the trees a bit. Yes, the mosquitoes have woke up. Yeah, we're getting a lot closer to Colchuck Lake, which is just up in the basin above where we can see right now. Just below these peaks. Starting to see the top of Dragon Tail or Mount Stewart up in here, and maybe another couple mountain peak names, which I don't know what they are, but up there right above Colchuck Lake, one that's just kind of to the north of Aasgard Pass. 7:25 in the morning. We're hiking toward Colchuck Lake. Came to the sign somebody put on a tree for some odd reason. I did, no doubt, to tell you the elevation. There's a convenience for that. And then they wanted to threaten you as well, all at the same time. Anyhow, you hear the creeks in the background. There's some mosquitoes have been waking up. They say this is our habitat, mosquito habitat, although it's nothing remotely like Maple Loop Trail or Round Mountain. Round Mountain, you need to have a mosquito hat or something because they are thick every time I've been up there. Just another waterfall. Can't really see it through the bushes that much from here, but you can hear it really well. Hiking up the trail, and you can get an idea on what the trail's like in here. Like climbing over roots and miscellaneous rocks, things of that sort, just to make sure that your ankles and your knees are in working order. It'll remind you if they're not, that is. And we're continuing here up the rocky staircase. It's not necessarily the stairway to heaven, but you might think about it that way sometimes. Definitely rocky. Mosquitoes are still trying to nip at us. Just gonna take a few more pictures of the mountain peaks. We can see kind of, I suppose, to the southwest of Colchuck. Beautiful up in here. And the waterfalls in the background, and very pretty. Yeah, it's about 7:40 in the morning. Continuing to go up to Colchuck Lake. Working our way up the trail. Stopping quite a bit for the picture taking. Been about 6 or 8 people past us since we left the trailhead at 5 this morning. Some have had backpacks, some have had day packs. I'm at a group of about 4 people coming out of Colchuck Lake just a few minutes ago, and it's about quarter to 8, 7:42 or so right now. Just decided I had to come take a little more video here. Just beautiful up in here. Just had to take another video. It's only been a minute or two since the last one, but a lot of beautiful scenery here. This on a new viewpoint rock. We're probably, I don't know, about 400 or 500 feet below the Colchuck Lake we're going to. I think the parking lot at the trailhead was about 3,400, and the lake is about 5,500 foot elevation. Something like that. Give you another view of these mountain peaks nearby, and then I'll come back to that snowy peak I guess behind us might be Mount Cashmere. Looking back to the, not too far in that valley there is 8 Mile Campground, something like that. I think it's only about 4 miles up to Colchuck Lake. It's just that it takes a lot of switchbacks, lots of roots, and lots of rocks to get up here, and we're working our way up there. Just enjoying the scenery and taking some of this footage so that some of you who may not be able to hike this can see some of the beautiful sights as well. Yeah, it's so pretty up here. Rock climbing continues up the trail. There's still some mosquitoes that are wanting to try different samples and so on. Yeah, it's about 8:15 in the morning. We're up at Colchuck. It's about 5,500 foot elevation. The sun's getting closer to the peaks. And get some mosquito dope out in just a bit. But it's right in the center is Aasgard Pass and Dragon Tail. And the snow melt in this lake, Colchuck. Some people will climb up to the right and ski down there. In fact, there's some people behind us with skis.
So obviously there's some concern and then we just go through the bowl and
Some guys that passed us earlier this morning are going to go up the top of Dragon Tail tomorrow morning. Is that their plan? They're going to camp up on the top tonight. If you're going to hike up Aasgard, it's best to get to the base probably by 9 or earlier in the morning. It depends on how far you're going to go. And you have to be sure and hike to the left side because you don't want to get sucked into some of those hidden holes that people have gotten killed in before. Because to go from the other side of the Colchuck Lake to go up Aasgard, you're climbing around 2,000 foot in, I don't know, a mile and a half or so, compared to climbing about 2,000 foot in 4 miles coming up to Colchuck from the trailhead. Actually, the trailhead's about 3,400 and Colchuck is around 3,500, whereas the top of Aasgard is around 7,500. The peaks around either side are a little bit taller than that. One of those brown swiggly things in the water down here. Oh yeah. Now let's stop for a little bit. It's like about 8:20 right now on Friday morning, the 18th of June, 2021. After a leisurely stop at the top of Colchuck Lake, we enjoyed some food. Got to enjoy seeing a mountain goat and her baby, mommy goat and her baby, and the beautiful mountain sights. We're on our way down. We spent a few hours just lounging around, enjoying the beautiful scenes for a couple hours. It's now 10:44 in the morning. We could have raced up and down faster, but we were just having fun taking videos and enjoying the sights. This is one of the creeks that we crossed, or streams, whatever you want to call it, on the way up and down, and we're on the way down back toward the trailhead. Take a little more video footage, and we'll talk to you when we get to the trailhead. Yeah, it's a little creek on the way down. Actually, we saw it on the way up as well, but I'll take a little video of this tiny little creek bubbling out of the hillside. You can hear a bigger creek just a little ways farther away. This is right along the trail on the way back down and the way up. So little teeny waterfalls coming off the hillside. A little pretty here and there, and a little more of a challenge walking across it, but hey, not too bad. into the boulder field near the second bridge. So we've got 2 bridges to go, and then we go back down to the trailhead. The trail is that way. I just came up here to take a picture. Sorry. I'll use my other camera, Ruby, as well, in just a second. It's about 12:30, and we're working our way back down to the car at the trailhead. And I think this is the last water crossing before we get to the trailhead, which shouldn't be all that far away, but probably within the next 20 minutes or so. Nice little creek. Back to the trailhead. It's about 12:34, and 2 more cars here than there was earlier.